Yeah, definitely. I think we've played some good cricket the first 3 games, but just some mistakes and lack of concentration, and maybe some of the decision making wasn't great. But I think today was a much better performance. So I think we read the conditions early with the ball, and we managed to restrict them very well. And then the straight was pretty straightforward as long as we didn't make any mistakes. So, I mean, so with someone like Tamim up front, with that experience on a wicket and a total like this, you would say 9 out of 10 times you'd chase it down quite easily like we did today.
After a hat-trick of lose, how much pressure from the team management and the coaching staff put on you?
Not really, from what I understand. So I don't always get everything in the team meeting, but I think we stayed pretty calm. We knew that we played good cricket. We lost twice in the last over, and we never really gave up. We kept fighting, especially with the ball. So winning the toss today for the first time maybe helps us a little bit. So we can keep winning the toss. That might help the campaign as well. But yeah, today was just a really good performance. There's still a lot of things we can improve, especially in the field, with backing up and just really wanting that ball. I mean, we dropped a few easy catches, and it was a poor communication. Guys looking at each other, not really sure whose catch it is. So if we can tidy those little things up, we help ourselves, because sometimes those drop catches can cost you a lot of runs. And today didn't really cost us the game, but there are a few bits that we need to tidy up, and then there's no reason why we can't win this tournament.
You were at the dugout when the wind comes. How is the atmosphere at that time?
There's a lot more smiles in the change room after the game, that's for sure. Hopefully it's the start of a good streak of games that we can put together. If we can win the next 3-4 games, then we probably in the top 4, and then keep fighting for every win, and hopefully we can make the playoffs. But I think we just have to take it one game at a time. I mean, I think we're playing 12 group games, if I'm not bad, and we've only played 4, so we're only 33% in. So there's still a lot of cricket to be played. So just one game at a time, and finding that right balance. I think the balance in the team today was really good with that extra bowling option. Instead of sort of the 5 previous games, we really had the 5 bowlers, and now with that 6 bowler, I think makes the balance quite good in the game.
What's the findings in the dressing room why you will lose last 3 matches? Because Kurla is a very good team. What's the findings in the dressing room why you will lose last 3 matches?
I just think we didn't play with our head that much. We made some simple mistakes, not reading the conditions and not bowling according to the conditions, and that lost us the last game. I think last game we looked like we were winning, and then I think they scored about 25 runs of 4 balls, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. So I think we addressed that. We spoke about it. We're starting the batting unit and the bowling unit start to have some better conversations. We're starting to understand each other. So we're starting to gel a bit more as a group. So if we can keep that going, then there's no reason why we can't keep winning moving forward.
Well, obviously you mentioned about Tamim's batting. Can you elaborate this? How his batting is today?
I think there was a little bit less pressure on him, knowing we only needed like one run a ball, and then we had a couple of big overs. I think you're talking about 10 plus overs in the first 8 or 9 overs, so that sort of helps taking the pressure off. And then he just controlled the innings. He controlled the tempo. When he felt there was a bowler he could take down, he took him down for a boundary or 2 boundaries in the over. And I think it was just very smart, calculated, and smart cricket. We spoke in the halfway. I think the bowlers felt like the ball was staying a touch low. So I think the message from the bowling unit towards the batters was just try and look and hit straight. Don't try and hit the ball too square, because then you get in trouble.
Obviously, Tamim is not the captain of the side. Yes, he is the captain, but Tamim has huge experience. He played for the national team for 15 years now. How he leads the team, or what is his roles in the team?
I think he does a lot behind the scenes. assisting management, sharing his experience to Yassir, probably learning on the job quite quickly. And we today just looked like we knew a lot more what we were doing. We were a lot clearer. Wahab bowled a brilliant last over, especially with only 4 guys outside the circle. So again, we need to find a way to make sure that over rate is not going to cost us a game, because that could have been a very costly mistake. So I'm not sure where we lost the time and why we were so slow, but it happens, and hopefully we can adjust it.
Last question. 3 Pakistani seamers are on discussion. Wahab Riaz got 4 wickets, Ahmad Bad 3 wickets, but on the other hand, another Pakistani who had the pace of 150 or around 150 casters regularly. He didn't get a wicket, but he was economy. So being a pacer, what's your assessment regarding the wickets of Bangladesh or the BPL, or what are the tricks that Haris missed actually to get wickets?
We've played on a few different wickets. The first game was definitely a different wicket than the second game we played, and then the third game here was also slightly different than the other 2, and today was also a bit different. So, you know, the difference between the evening and the day games is quite big, and probably the difference between playing in Dhaka and here. So we just keep adjusting. I think today was all about just hitting the top of the stumps, because you could bowl a little bit at back of the length and it stayed a bit low to hit the top of the stumps, and that seemed to real hard to score. If the guys couldn't really get underneath the ball playing square, and with that length they couldn't go over the top either, so it was a lot of just working it into the leg side. And I think Harris just didn't have enough runs on the board to put pressure on the batters, so he did what he could. And I don't think they bowled badly, it's just we played some low-risk cricket, and on a wicket like this there wasn't really a lot of turn or a lot of bounce, so as long as we just played good shots, and you know, after the power play when the field spreads it's easy to get singles, and that's what we needed today. I mean, if you take 6 singles in a over, you're pretty much there. So
do you think that he needs variations like slowing down the balls, because of the wickets of Bangladesh? I mean, the slower ones works really good, and we have also seen that Wahab Riaz, he brought lots of slowers today, as well as Ahmad Bad.
I think even if we went to more slower balls, I think knowing his quality, and the batters knew he was a big risk, so I don't think they would have taken him on. I'm not a batter, but that's what I would have done if I was a batter. So I think it was just playing him, play the ball as it is, keep the ball on the floor, and don't give him wickets, and don't get there. If he was taking 1 or 2 wickets, they would have started to believe. So again, it was just very clever batting, knowing which bowler to take down and which bowler just to milk for singles, and that's what the batters did today. It was fantastic to see.